Today, we're going to dive into one of the most intimate and, honestly, profound moments in the entire Bible. We're talking about a leader's final prayer offered up just hours before his whole world was turned upside down. And this isn't just any prayer, it's basically a blueprint for a legacy.
But first, think about this for a second. If you had one last chance to speak, to ask for what truly mattered, what would you even say? Who would be on your mind? It's a question that really gets to the heart of who a person is and what their life was all about.
And that's the exact scenario we find ourselves in. The atmosphere's tense, the stakes could not be higher. And in that moment, Jesus looks toward heaven and starts to pray. This isn't some public sermon. It's a raw, completely unfiltered look into his heart, spelling out exactly what was most important to him at the very end.
So this prayer kind of unfolds in 3 acts. And the first part, which might surprise you, is actually a prayer for himself. But as you're about to see, it's not at all what you might think. He kicks it off with this really powerful request: glorify your Son. Now, on the surface, that might sound like he's asking for fame or power, right? But the real key is in the second half of that sentence: so that your Son may glorify you. See? It's a two-way street, a shared mission. So what does glorify really mean here? Well, it's definitely not about getting applause from people. It's about successfully finishing the job he was sent to do. It's about revealing the true nature of who he is and what he was here for. And by doing that, reflecting all that honor right back to its source. You could almost think of it as the ultimate mission debrief. And what was that job? Well, he defines it right here, and it's a huge theme of the prayer. He says the whole point was to give eternal life. But then he immediately flips the script and redefines what that phrase even means. And this is such a critical shift in perspective. Eternal life, in his words, isn't about the quantity of your years, just living on and on forever. Nope. It's about the quality of that life, a life that's defined by knowing God in a deep, personal way. It's a relational thing, not just a stopwatch thing.
All right, so once he's established that his own mission is complete, the prayer's focus shifts. He turns his attention to that small and, let's be honest, pretty vulnerable group of followers that he's about to leave behind. Jesus paints a really stark contrast here, and you can see it laid out on this slide. On one side, you have the disciples. They were chosen out of the world, but they're being sent right back into it. And on the other side, you've got this system, the world, which he says has hated them. This sets up this fundamental tension that they're going to have to live in.
And this is the crucial request. He doesn't ask for an escape hatch for his followers. He doesn't pray for them to be beamed away from all the hardship and opposition. No, instead, he prays for their protection right in the middle of it. He's asking for spiritual grit, not a physical getaway.
Then he uses this word sanctify. To sanctify them means to set them apart, to consecrate them for the mission that they are just about to inherit. They're meant to be carriers of truth in a world that, as he just said, doesn't know God.
Okay, and this is where the prayer just explodes in scale. The camera lens pulls way back from just him and the disciples sitting right there. Now, the focus zooms out to include generations of people who haven't even been born yet.
He prays specifically for those who will believe in me through their message. This slide shows you that chain reaction. It's like a spiritual relay race. The baton passes from the Father to the Son to those first disciples, and then from them out into the world to anyone who would ever hear and believe. This prayer is for them. It's for us. So what's the number one thing he asks for all these future believers? That question brings us to the absolute core of this prayer. This is its emotional and theological peak. It's a legacy that is defined by one single, incredibly powerful idea: unity. One. That's it. The ultimate request, the final wish that holds everything else up, is for oneness. A radical, profound, and visible unity. And he doesn't just say it once and move on. He keeps coming back to it over and over, describing it with this incredible detail. He wants a unity that's modeled on the divine relationship itself, and it has a purpose. This unity is supposed to be the ultimate sign to the rest of the world. The whole idea is that their bond with each other would be the most compelling proof that his entire mission was real. So when you put all the pieces together, what have you got? You have a leader's final will and testament. It's a legacy built on 3 core pillars: redefining eternal life as a deep relationship with God, a realistic prayer for protection inside a hostile world, and this passionate driving plea for a unity so complete it would actually convince the world of the truth.
And that really leaves us with a final thought to chew on. This prayer wasn't just for that one night in history. It was meant to echo down through the centuries. So if its central goal was a visible unity that convinces the world,
What does that ancient challenge mean for us right here, right now?